Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of solving scale problems. This is standard 7.5C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 20 off the 2019 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So Leon is creating a scale drawing. So that means we're going to have some proportional images or items here. So in the scale drawing, the length of the library is 13 inches, and then the length of the actual library is 78 feet. So let's just say we've got our scale drawing here, right? And so we've got our length is going to be 13 inches. And then we've got, let's say, the actual library here. Obviously, this would just be a representation. That's going to be 78 feet. And then we need to find the scale. Now, take a look at this. Normally, when we're dealing with scales and proportions and ratios, they give us 3 numbers. We're looking for the missing 4th. They've only given us 2. So we need to find 2 numbers. That's why F, G, H, and J actually have 2 numbers each. Well, what happens if we just take this as a proportion here? So look, we've got 2 different ways we can do this. We can have our small over the small equal the large over the large, right? So let's say we know the 13 inches, that's the length. Let's say we're looking for a missing W. So I'll call that small w. So we could say the small width over 13 inches equals, and then we'll label this the large width. Large width over 78. That doesn't really help us because we've got 2 unknowns, right? If we cross multiply this, that doesn't help us because we don't know the small width or the large width. But another way to do it would be small over large equals small over large. That's the other way to set up these proportions. And what if I just said 13 over 78? 13 over 78, and I could, if I wanted to, could say that would be my small width over my large width, which looks at first like it might not help us much, but what does that look like? That just looks like a fraction. And you know what we can do with a fraction? That's a strange looking fraction. Well, we can reduce it. So 13 is a prime number. So let's just hope 13 times something goes into 78, because if not, we're kind of stuck. Let's just see 13 times, I'm going to guess 6, because I know 6 times 3 gets me 18. So that's going to be 18. There we go. Okay, so 13 goes into 78 6 times. So watch, I could take my 13 over 78 divided by 13, and I can reduce it to 1 over 6. And so what if I were to use a scale of, and you see all of our answers here have a 1 and a 6. But instead of trying to match up that side, what if I try to match it up with a scale of 1 over 6? So 13/78 equals 1/6. What does that mean here? Well, you notice that I've got inches and I've got feet, right? So my 13, so I need my inches to go across from my inches. And my 78 is actually feet. And I need it to go across to feet. So this is what I'm looking at. 1 inch equals 6 feet. Yeah. 1 inch equals 1/6. No. And then these two have them opposite of 6 inches equals 1 foot. And so they actually give us this answer right here of F, 1 inch equals 6 feet.